Okay, everything seems to be working. Let's start. Hello everyone. So today we're going to learn this really awesome algorithm called merge sort. Okay, now merge sort is a divide and conquer algorithm. Let me just write this down. This is a divide and conquer algorithm. So let me, even before I get to what merge sort is, it'll be too confusing for you to understand without understanding what this divide and conquer means, right? So let me just explain it very simply. Let's say we have a problem of size n. Okay, the problem is size n, so it's a very big problem. Or let me make some simplifications over here. Okay, let me show it to you by an example. All right, so let's say there's a cookie, right? Let's say there's a cookie. This is a cookie, all right, and the volume of this cookie is n. Okay, n units. Just to make it simpler for you, let's say the volume of this cookie is n units. Okay, now our task is to design a function which eats this cookie. Our task is to design a function which eats this cookie, right? Which eats this cookie, and the parameter that this will obviously receive is the size of this cookie, right? Otherwise it doesn't make sense, right? Let's say our task is to eat this cookie. Okay, and this is this eat cookie thing is based on basic humans, right? So a person is going to eat this cookie, right? Obviously a person is going to eat this cookie. So this function is specifically designed to simulate human beings. Okay, so this function eat cookie, right, will simulate how a person eats a cookie. That's basically our intention over here. Okay, so now with all these things in mind, let's say the volume of our cookie is, let's say, 1500 units. Let's say that's the volume of our cookie. Is it, just tell me one thing, is it actually possible to eat a cookie of such enormous size? It's not possible at all, right? Even if it was just, say, 40 cubic centimeters, or let's say the volume of the cookie was around 150 cubic centimeters, you'd have to break the cookie down into smaller pieces. So that's what our intention is over here. Okay, so let's assume our average human can eat a cookie of size, say, 5 centimeters cube, or 5 units for simplicity. Okay, let's say he can eat a cookie of size 5 units, but he can't eat a cookie of size 15,000 or 15 lakhs or anything like that. Let's just assume for simplicity that he can eat any cookie of any size, but he can't eat a cookie of size 15 lakhs directly or immediately. So how do we solve this problem? The simplest and the most basic intuition behind this is that we divide this problem into multiple pieces. Okay, we divide this problem into multiple pieces. So what we do over here is, our problem is size eating n, or our function of size eat cookie, which receives the parameter of size n. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to break it into two halves. I'm going to break this cookie into two halves. Okay, and I'm going to keep on breaking it. Okay, I'm going to keep on breaking it until I receive the smallest half which I can actually eat, which is, let's say, 5 centimeter cube. Okay, this is what our intention is. So we keep on breaking the cookie. Let's say we have a knife which is really huge, and we keep on breaking this cookie continuously, and we get this really small portion over here which we can actually eat. Okay, and that's what we do. That's what the intuition behind divide and conquer is. So divide step, what we do is, we break this really huge problem into smaller sub problems. Break into smaller sub problems. And then after dividing, we solve. That's the first step. First step is divide, and then we solve the smallest sub problem directly. Solve the smallest sub problem. Wait a second, I'm sorry, my handwriting is really bad. Directly. Then after solving the smallest sub problems, okay, let's say this is our cookie right over here, We divided them into a lot of smaller cookies, okay, a lot of smaller cookies. Right, we have divided them into lots of smaller cookies. Now comes the part where we start eating the cookies. Okay, now this is called the conquering step. This is called the conquering step or the combined step, where all these smallest sub problems or all these smallest cookie pieces are eaten or combined. Basically, in this combined step combine solutions to the smaller subproblems. So that's the whole intuition about divide and conquer. We take this really big cookie, we break it down into smaller cookies until we get a cookie of size, until we get a small cookie portion of size 5 cubic centimeters or 5 units, and this smallest subproblem is solved directly. And then after solving all these smaller subproblems or eating all these cookies of size 5 centimeter cube, we just combine all these solutions. That's what the whole intuition is. So let's write the recursive code, because what's going to help us divide this problem into smaller subproblem is recursion. That's what recursion does if you essentially look at it. So let's take this cookie, and if my cookie size is less than or equal to 5, then I'm just going to eat the cookie. Then eat cookie simply. Else I'm going to break the cookie into two parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recursively call for eat cookie n by 2, and again call for eat cookie n by 2. Hey, you might ask me, why have I called it twice, right? Isn't this just alone enough? No, it's not, because let's look at this diagrammatically. This will give you a better explanation as to why we're doing this. We have this cookie, we have broken them into two parts, okay? Eat cookie n by 2. So this is part 1 and this is part 2. Eat cookie n by 2 will correspond to part 1 or part 2, whichever you want, you can make it correspond to that. So eat cookie n by 2 will solve this part. It will solve this problem of eating my cookie. It will make it smaller and smaller and smaller. And eat cookie n by 2, this one will correspond to this, right? That's what our intention is. So this part will solve, if this part is solving this part, if this eat cookie function is solving this part, then this function will solve this part. Or if this function is solving part 2, then the first eat cookie recursive call will solve part 1. That's basically how it works. So eat cookie n by 2, this function cannot solve both the parts at the same time. So that's what our code looks like. You know, that's what our divide and conquer code looks like. Now you might ask me, why did you even do this? This is ridiculous, right? How is this even closely related to merge sort algorithm? Now when I go on to explain merge sort algorithm, you're going to realize one thing. The code is exactly just like this. There's absolutely no difference. There's just a little bit of difference here and there, and this is how merge sort actually looks. If it is a very small subproblem, you just solve it directly. Let's say our array is like this, right? In a merge sort, if it's an array of size 1, it's already sorted, right? If it's an array of size, let's say 8, we're going to break this array into smaller arrays, and we're going to sort these arrays recursively. That's what the merge sort is, right? And that's what divide and conquer means. In divide step, recursion helps us to divide the problems into two subparts, as it happened over here. Take a look at this. Eat cookie n by 2 helps me break this part. Let's say eat cookie n by 2 breaks part 1. So it breaks this part 1 so many times that such that we reach the smallest subpart over here, and this smallest subpart is handled by this base case over here. And eat cookie n by 2 helps us solve part 2 of the cookie, and it breaks again this part of the cookie into smallest subpart, and the smallest subpart is again handled by the base case. And that's exactly what recursion helps us do. And these smallest subproblems are solved. After these smallest subproblems are solved, we combine the solutions to these subproblems, and that's where the conquer step comes. I know it looks slightly tricky or kind of unintuitive right now, but as I explain merge sort completely, it'll be a complete explanation for you. And this is basically what happens.